Welcome to The Walking Dead with Boss and Dexter, and of course, it's Oxnard.
Call us Shooting the Shit. Watch all of our content. It's really good.
There are lots of things going on in the show. I don't know what to do. Oh my god.
It's the season premiere of Walking Dead with Shooting the Shit.
Shooting the Shit.
Hello.
Hey, we're back.
We're back. It's been a long time. We're on hiatus.
It's been a long time.
What is that?
That's, what are they called?
Songs?
No,
Lyrics. Tunes.
they sang,
Music.
What is that song?
Backstreet Boys.
Shit.
In Sync.
Boston. That's Boston.
Oh, yeah, it is Boston.
Yeah.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit, Walking Dead, Season 5 discussion.
No.
Season premiere.
I don't remember that Boston song.
This episode was called No Sanctuary.
Yes.
What'd you guys think?
Pretty good. Pretty bloody.
It was especially in the very beginning of this episode. That was disturbing.
I know, yeah.
This season premiere was much better than the last season's premiere.
However, I knew that these guys were dead because I've never seen them before.
Oh yeah, their name was. I was like, it's very lucky that they grouped all of the main characters.
Down the
one
line
at the other end.
Right. Yeah.
Well, for a second, at first, I thought the girl at the end was...
That's a guy.
Yeah.
the guy at the end
I thought the girl at the end was a guy.
He died
was,
like a girl.
what's her name, with her hair cut short?
Carol?
Michonne.
No.
Maggie?
Maggie, yeah.
Oh.
For 2 seconds, and I got a closer look.
And she bleached it.
Yeah.
Glenn's been pissing on her hair.
Ew.
Yeah, this opening to the show was very disturbing. When they first lined them up on that trough, my first thought was, oh, they're going to force them to eat. But...
Here you go. 7-layer cake.
Yeah, we got.
How's that whipped cream, huh? How's that whipped cream? Can you finish 2 bottles?
Well, I
You're
thought
each
it was
gonna eat 10 pies.
I thought it was like an initiation for them to become part of whatever clan these people are, whatever.
Cherry
It's sort
on
of.
top.
So you didn't even think that they were fattening them up to eat them? You thought it was an initiation?
That's what I assumed.
I thought they were
It's
going to
just,
start.
it's just like a well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
It's
thought
just
he
a
meant.
hazing,
They're
like they're in a
fattening
fraternity.
fattening them up.
No, I meant like
That would've made sense.
Bring them in, and then
Like
they're going to eat.
pancake eating contest.
Yeah, this is how we yeah. What the hell? Why would you
And then it
think
got
that?
so much more disturbing than I thought. And they started cutting their throats.
And then, you didn't see in the back corner they had some hot girls mud wrestling, and there's all kinds of hijinks going. Fraternity house hijinks.
Yeah.
I am very surprised by that.
Wait,
I did
why?
not think about
Wait,
that
hold
at all.
on. Why did you think they were going to feed them?
I thought because I don't really understand anything about this Terminus people.
All right.
So I figured, we're going to teach them what it's like to eat other humans.
Oh.
And then they'll, if they get
Them
it.
other human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
No, not
I
just
thought
random
I thought
food.
you're just going to start
I
feeding
got
them.
off, yeah.
You know.
My mind immediately went to like they bring out like tray after
Yeah.
tray of pies.
No,
freshly
no.
baked
Yeah,
pies,
exactly.
And
They
like,
were
they're
they were
being
dragging
forced to
in
eat
Rick,
pie.
and Rick is
Sticks of
seeing
butter.
Rick is seeing like
They're just throwing spices in their faces.
Yeah.
About some parsley.
no, they're dragging in Rick, and they see Rick's point of view, and you see they're cutting up someone, and then you see the bins. One says food, one says that. So I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
are they going to feed them humans?
Oh, yeah, I see.
And my thought was like, if they accept it, then they become one of us. If they
I see.
If they
You know what would
reject
be
it,
funny?
If they don't, then
They
they're
should have
eating
done
them.
that. Like the series goes like in a completely different direction.
yeah.
It's like Rick. You see Rick being force fed like a spoon of like some kind
like
of
an
meat.
eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he eats it, and then like they zoom in on his eye, and it turns totally like red, and then he can't stop eating it.
This
Right.
is so good.
More,
Yeah.
more. Well, that didn't happen.
No.
Instead, it was a big slaughter blood bucket.
I thought it was funny when he puts the knife on this guy.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, like, wait, what is... He's gonna die anyway in 5 seconds. What do I care, you know?
Oh yeah, like what are the consequences?
Yeah.
So it's either you
you're threatening-
poke him in the eye with your knife,
Or he waits till he
you
gets
know,
his throat cut.
Yeah, he gets hit in the head with a bat, and then
Remember, when you talk about the scene, you got to say who you're talking about.
Right.
You can't just
I
say
don't
this
know his
guy
name.
points the knife
Rick
at the
and
guy.
the other
it's been
guy.
too long since we did this.
Yeah,
so
we don't know their
what's his name?
names.
Bob.
People know who we're talking about because we're in the beginning of the episode where he
Yeah.
points a knife at the guy. Rick was extra sweaty and greasy. I like that.
So they're hanging over that trough. Where were we? I got distracted. Oh, so
We're talking.
so
just
then-
getting
so
into the
these
show.
guys were not force-fed pies.
Right.
Instead, or human meat. Instead, they were being hit in the back of the heads like cattle, and then having their throats slit over the slop bucket, one by one. And then that one guy comes in who does not seem like a strong... That guy doesn't strike me as a strong leader.
Yeah.
I think it's the voice. I think he doesn't have like a leader voice.
Let's follow
Or
the
demeanor,
weird
or
hipster.
Yeah.
body type,
Yeah.
or hairdo.
He's like, so I saw you with a bag out in the woods. What was it? And it was like, and then Rick was just like, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
My hair Evo enough?
Yeah, you guys like my haircut?
I comb it forwards.
I trying to shovel it just right.
I liked how they're fashioning, makeshift weapons with their clothes. That was cool.
Rick's group in
and
the,
now
in the trolley
now
car.
I know a use for zippers. Always wear a zipper in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah, and a belt
Right.
for punching.
Yes.
Where did they? Somebody was wrapping like a belt around their hand.
Yeah.
and then
I
there was
think
like wires sticking out. Where did that come from?
Because their
No, it was
belt
the
had
buckle.
the studs in it, and I think they might have pulled the studs out. I don't
This
know.
is the belt.
No, that was one person. Somebody had that. I think like Abraham had like a belt buckle
And
in
they
his
just
hand.
cut off this top area,
they
so you
cut
had
off.
3 points.
No, but
sticking
somebody
out.
else had like a studded leather belt that they
Yeah.
wrapped around their fist,
And
and
they
they
had
had like
prongs.
long prongs
Yeah, I don't know how
sticking
that
out of it.
worked.
I don't know
Really?
what that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did Michonne make that like Darth
It was
Maul
wood and
like
wooden,
double-sided
clothing,
thing out of?
tied
Oh,
to
okay.
clothing and wood, I think.
The only thing that made sense to me was Rick's weapon.
Yeah, the shank.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He used the watch chain and like that was awesome.
I like
Carved
how
out this
they-
hunk of wood and then that was cool too because so they're preparing these weapons and then
gas
they're
them.
like, all right, here we go, attack them, and then all of a sudden the hatch opens up above. Surprise, surprise.
This is what I would have done if it fell right next to them. Can't you just pick it up, throw it back up?
Yeah, that's true. You think Abraham might have done that because
I
he's the
know.
military man?
Come on.
Instead, he just told
Yeah.
everybody to get down.
Tyrese.
Yeah,
He's back. He's one of my favorite characters.
I think that actor gained like 50 pounds.
he looked like he gained a little weight.
He looked
but
like he gained a lot of weight. I was very surprised. I
he's
don't know.
on
I
a
was like,
successful show. He's,
oh, no,
you know,
whatever. He can do whatever he wants to do. This is America. He should be 50 pounds even heavier than he is even in this episode.
Maybe the baby.
If he calls himself a real American, I weigh 450 pounds.
Maybe the
People
baby
don't know.
won't eat, so he's trying to, teach it to eat by
eating the baby's
Maybe
food.
he's like, if I pretend like I'm pregnant and I keep eating like for 2, maybe I'll start to lactate and I can
Yes.
give the baby milk.
Yes.
yeah, you have to.
Can
that's,
men lactate?
that's
I think I read
science.
somewhere that men can lactate.
They can.
There is
Some men
sympathy
can.
Yes.
lactating.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gross.
Like if your
we
wife
really
or
wanna
something
delve into
becomes
this?
pregnant.
I'm just saying. I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah,
Well,
some
he didn't
men,
say he liked it. He said it was gross.
Yeah, some men do have the ability to lactate. Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, right now.
Are you? That's what I thought.
Tyrese and the baby. What's the baby's name?
Baby.
It's Judith.
Judith.
I forgot
and,
for a second.
Carol. They come upon this little cabin thing.
Yeah.
Well, first they come upon this guy who's setting
this
up fireworks.
Yeah, wait, I don't understand what that guy was doing.
Yeah,
because
what the
he was talking in a walkie-talkie. Like I assumed he was doing something
He was setting up fireworks.
for Terminus.
Yeah, I think that's
But-
some sort of signaling.
Yeah, I don't
thing.
know. I don't know what purpose that serves, though. He failed to signal anything because he was immediately captured.
He was putting up.
I don't
fireworks.
understand what this little shack is or what he's
Maybe
doing.
it's just for fun. What they do at Terminus for fun.
No, I think maybe like distract zombies so they won't go near
He
Terminus.
keeps like looking up, like he's trying to like aim at something. I don't know. Maybe he's just making sure it gets
that's
through
true.
trees.
Right.
I don't know. He's a Detroit fan.
And it was hilarious when he's talking to Tyrese.
Oh man, that guy, this
Worst hostage
He
ever.
did not know how to handle that situation. He's like, oh, you seem like a nice guy. And it's like he's getting on his good side. Like
Nice guy who
that's wh-
saves babies.
Yeah, that's why you and that baby are gonna die today. What? Excuse me?
Yeah, really? What?
I thought Rick was similar too when the guy's asking him what's in the bag and he's like, hey, AK-47.
No, but Rick's
machete.
Rick is
Rick's
Rick's
got his
facing
cred.
imminent doom though.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like those. That's
This guy
that's
doesn't-
like his last ditch effort. He's
Yeah,
just
this
and then
guy-
he's gonna make a play for it. This guy is just sitting down.
Right. He knows he's alive for now. He doesn't have to like try to get him to kill him.
He
you know?
knows that Tyrese is a nice guy. That's why it's like, why are you antagonizing him? Then?
Yeah.
You know he's a nice guy. Why are you trying to make him a mean guy?
No, why are you telling him how awful you are to make him want to
Yeah.
kill you?
I used to have
Exactly.
friends. See the ball game.
I used
on
to have friends.
Sunday.
Murdered them all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I went to church. Didn't matter. Killed everybody.
I leave babies for
You and
dead.
that baby are next. Ooh, I'm gonna eat that baby's ribs for breakfast.
So while that's going on, Carol takes it upon herself.
hilarious,
She
though.
goes up
It
to a
is funny.
zombie, starts smathering the blood
yeah.
and guts all over because she's going to head over to Terminus and
Do some guerrilla warfare.
Oh, but wait,
Actually
hold
do
on.
some cool
is
stuff.
that guy? What is that guy chewing? Because I was like,
Oh.
where did this guy get gum?
I think it's gum.
That he was
I was
chewing.
saying wheat
Gum.
because wheat actually, if you
Do they
chew on
have
a,
wheat though? Is there any
I'm sure
indication
you can find
of
some wheat somewhere, and then
I
if
don't
you
think these people eat vegetables.
if you chew on a stalk of wheat, it turns into
He's-
this very gummy thing that
Hold
can't be
on.
digested.
He is a cannibal.
Sounds terrible.
Maybe it's like foreskin or something.
Oh yeah,
Just foreskin.
He's a cannibal. I don't know.
Can it be fat? Chewing the fat?
I don't know if that would chew.
the penis fat, also known as foreskin, Oxnard.
Oh,
I tried to think of the grossest thing that came
Yeah,
to
so
mind.
he's
Mission accomplished.
yeah.
he's chewing on foreskin apparently for some reason.
See, that's more believable than gum to me
Right,
because it's
yeah.
been a while.
They're cannibals.
Although
Carol?
they do take things off of people that come in. Maybe somebody had gum, or just they weren't circumcised.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, that makes more sense.
yes. And he's a Detroit Tigers fan.
They'll do anything
Yeah,
just
right.
to chew on something.
Animals.
They have
Especially
to chew.
dick.
Yeah.
Carol
Anyway.
makes her way to Terminus,
Yeah.
and she starts doing some pretty cool stuff.
She's pretty out in the open for a sniper.
Carol's
though.
acting like a real strong
She's not
mom
really sniping. She's more of like a
But
spot
she's
shooter.
staring through the. I think she's pretty out in the open. I don't know. Because
They were preoccupied though.
I guess they
because
were.
that herd was coming.
I guess.
So they were running away,
Mm-hmm.
and they were concentrating on the herd, and then she was shooting at that container of something, apparently
Gas.
steam.
It's like gas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like steam bath for the
Yeah,
zombie.
but that was so funny. The one
Natural
zombie
gas.
just walks right into it. It just made me think of like a Michael Jackson video where it's like like the air's blowing everything back. Oh man, yeah. And then, man, she threw a couple when she gets inside. She caused an explosion with a bottle rocket, by the way.
We
Yeah,
were
that was
very
pretty
impressed
sweet.
with the trajectory
Yes.
of that bottle rocket.
She nailed it, like virtually no aiming required.
My
Just put it in
understanding
there,
was that a bottle rocket just goes straight.
and it pops. And
I
then
thought
pops.
it was going to fly over
Right.
Terminus and away.
A bottle, in my experience, a bottle rocket will fly for like 2 to 5 seconds and then explode,
And
it
then
goes
turn
like,
to your face.
Yeah, but then we agreed that they're in the South. She's from the South.
So she can do
So they have mastered fireworks. We are not from the South. so
Exactly.
Yeah.
we don't know what we're talking
We're
about.
from the East Coast. People from the West Coast.
From the
This
Northeast.
is where media explodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those
You
of
tell
you,
us that a Southern guy can do
Right.
something amazing. Odds are we're going to buy it.
right? Exactly.
I don't know why.
It might as well be on another planet. to
Mostly
me.
because I don't know how to do anything. So when I see someone from the South doing something with some modicum of
with their
knowledge,
hands, yeah,
Then
that's
I'm
not
like-
masturbating. I don't know what's going
I'm
on.
guessing he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, for those of you not from the United States, people from the South, they know how to use some fireworks. That's what we think, at least. well, think about it this way: if you're from England listening to us, you
I think
you
you
don't
got
know how
fireworks in
Southern
England. Do
people.
they?
You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
You don't
why
know
not?
the stereotypes behind Southern people who live in the South in America. Do you?
I think they probably
Are
know
there
better
Southern-
than we do.
I don't think
because I think that they most
Claire,
of them think
is that true?
that. Claire, do you remember us? If you're listening.
Yeah,
to
Claire
this.
will comment.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. Well, I think
Claire,
I think a
Claire's
common,
our rock.
She's a rock. The Greys are our true fans. I think that they just made several accounts and they're the only ones that comment
Yeah, I think so. Well, I know I'm at least half the comments.
and the views.
Yeah.
No, but I think a common misconception of Americans maybe in the UK is that we all have that we're all from the South.
Right,
I think Carol looks like a children from Game of Thrones with the mud on.
Oh, the children?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit. Crossover.
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 What?
And she came out of the woods with a sniper rifle.
It's exactly the
similar
same.
to the fireballs. She
One
threw
opportunity I think the show
firework.
always missed was to have celebrity zombies.
Ooh, yes.
Like, just get random
cameos.
Like, I would love to be watching
That's a
Walking
good
Dead, and then in
idea.
the back you see George R.R. Martin as a zombie, just for like 5 seconds.
That's the solution.
Would you be able to pick it up? You'd have to have more recognizable ones like Conan.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
No, but
Conan.
yeah.
It's
Like
the tallest
tall, lanky,
zombie
with like a big orange pompadour hairdo.
Yes.
I would
walking
not
around
make
like
it.
zombie.
I would not make it too obvious.
That
though.
would be
I would make it so you have to to search for it, and pretty obscure.
That
like,
would be
B or
so
C list,
awesome.
and then the occasional A list in there.
They should do that,
But
like
way in the
Easter
back.
eggs.
Yeah, but
zombie
that's going to be
Easter egg.
really hard to pick up unless it's somebody
Like George
super
Clooney
obvious.
for
Well,
2
no,
seconds.
it'd be like a contest.
But you're not going to see that.
Like
He's
a
all
zombie
makeup
It doesn't
matter.
matter. Remember South Park? They had like George Clooney. He was the voice.
He
of,
was
like,
the voice
Turkey
of the dog.
number 3.
He was the
or
dog. Yeah, and all the dog did was bark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was hilarious.
stuff like that. I like that stuff.
Black
Black Smoke.
What?
Black
Another
Smoke.
crossover.
Oh yeah,
Lost.
and he's talking on the walkie-talkie. Before that, this Detroit hatted douche. He's talking about Alex. He keeps referring to Alex.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, these are like the others. And then you see the black smoke. in
Oh,
there.
that's
I
probably
wonder
why
if there
my
was
mind-
Lost references here.
I think my mind went to Lost because I heard the name Alex, and then I saw Black Smoke.
Yeah, for those who haven't watched Lost,
What are
Don't.
you doing?
yeah,
You're not missing much.
skip the third season.
Oh, by the way, we've all seen Breaking
It's coming
Bad.
back.
All seen Breaking Bad
we've
now.
all
You
seen
finish?
Breaking Bad.
I
Oh
finished
yeah,
Breaking
you finished.
Bad.
Yeah.
I binge watched it.
Oh man.
It was a dark time for me.
Yes, that
It
is-
was like
that's
2
a lot
weeks
to
of
take
Breaking
in.
Bad.
That's depressing.
In
It
our
was
long hiatus,
depressing.
I watched a lot of shows that I've been meaning to watch. Finally, Breaking Bad was one of them.
Breaking Bad is awesome.
Terminus is going down the tubes. What we learned from some of these people is that they had Terminus for a while. It was great.
Yeah.
Some guys came by, raped and pillaged, as they smiled
Yeah.
and laughed,
Yeah.
as the lady put it.
Right. That lady.
That Carol meets in the.
Can we
Lot
talk
of
about
pause
that?
for face
Can we
eating.
talk about that? There's this
Well, hold on,
guy.
hold on.
We'll get to that.
Hold on.
All right.
And so basically, after these people took over, the people who originally had Terminus took over again, and under this new philosophy of
If
either
you're not the
cattle,
butcher, you're the cattle.
yeah. So I guess that means now we're going to eat people.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to be ruthless. Take no prisoners.
Yeah, but that's an odd. Like, I understand being ruthless, but when you get to the point where like you have a systemized
I mean, it was
thing where you're eating people.
Well, they became. I mean, they were so traumatized when they escaped. Like they were. Like that was the singular. That was the event that completely changed these people. Like with Rick and these others, we're watching how they change under these circumstances slowly over time. These guys in
Yeah.
Terminus had like this one like terrible event that occurred, and then that's what changed them like in an instant.
It leaves me with a lot of like psychosociological questions as to how it arrived to the cannibal
Yeah.
society. It just seems so
Like,
bizarre.
Man,
There
some
had-
people kidnapped us and raped our women. Time to eat them.
Like it seems like there had to be one guy who really pushed for that.
Yeah,
It was.
I know, exactly.
No, but it was, and it was that guy that the guy that was threatening Bob with the knife.
Okay.
and it's like this kind of leader, this
Yeah.
wussy
So
sounding.
what about
leader.
the woman?
She's the one.
Because they seem to have a connection. Those two.
Yeah, I don't know what their connection is. She's older, obviously, than him, so I don't think there was a romantic one. I assumed it was more of like a mother,
Yeah, it was a
son,
mother.
or an
Yeah, mother.
aunt nephew kind of
Definitely.
thing. So, like, what you see is at the end of the episode. Jump ahead, but it's relevant to our conversation. So, they have that flashback. They're trapped, and those people that they reference earlier have them kidnapped, and they're raping the women and everything. And then he says to her when she's tossed back in after she's just been, raped and tortured, that if you're not the butcher, you're the cattle. We're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna take it back. And then that's what she was saying. That because she was so traumatized in such a vulnerable state, that was like
And also, did
hammered
she-
into her brain.
I don't mean to be insulting, but did it look like she might have been pregnant?
No, I think she was just.
Yeah.
I think she just had a
Little
belly.
chub.
I
Okay.
think she just had a
Chub.
belly. All that human meat
I might
packs on the pounds.
I might cut that out. I don't
It's
want to
hard
be
to talk
rude.
about Tyrese gaining weight. I feel like talking
getting
about some
fat.
poor woman who got killed, even though she was a monstrous cannibal
Yeah.
woman.
Right.
I don't think the actress
Right,
will
so
appreciate this
there's-
because she's definitely going to find out that you said that, Oxnard.
I don't know.
We'll be right back after this little commercial break.
I don't believe they are.
Are the heavens really?
Trim your lies. The walls lie.
Become world. Yearning is now.
Motive for men.
A fragrance for human males. In stores now.
Stencil your heart.
So when the zombies break in, there's this one guy from Terminus who's on his back on the ground, like squirming backwards.
He could have easily gotten away.
He could have. He just
Maybe
didn't
he
want to
was
get
injured.
up.
Just get up,
Maybe he
please.
was injured. That's a good point. I don't know. It didn't indicate that to us.
No,
But
he looked
anyway.
healthy. He looked like he was just panicking on his back.
But then they cut away for a minute, and
Some
then when they
cannibal
cut back,
panics.
this zombie is just like laying on top of him and just like rubbing his teeth on his face.
It's like a puppy, like when they start teething and like they just go up to your hand and just like rubbing their teeth all over your hands.
It was interesting because
Except
it
it's
was
your face.
That I thought that was awesome when I first saw it, but it was very fakey looking to me.
It looked comical. My initial reaction was not to go, ew. I was like, ha ha.
Yeah, the way like the blood like was spilling out and like the guy like and like the way the zombie was moving on him.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was pretty funny.
And also, I know if I'm in that situation and I'm the guy in the bottom, I'm moving a hell of a lot more than just like,
I started on the bottom a lot.
around.
I started on the bottom before. He knows how to handle it.
as an experienced bottom. Wait, what?
Are you a power bottom?
Sure.
This guy was so crazy.
This was another funny
So
part.
anyway, so
Glenn,
the other comical part was when
They all get loose from their,
which was awesome how they like when Rick. First there was. It was like a lot of kind of cliche moments, like Glenn. It's all strangers, and then Glenn, and then the guy's like a couple times
Winding up.
about to nail him
I
with
counted
the bat.
3. I think it was 3
Three
times where he
times?
winds up and stops.
Yeah, and then
And I was telling you, it's because I'm pretty sure Glenn is the most popular Walking Dead character.
which
yeah.
I
Based
find
off
that
of-
very surprising
Because I think at conventions and stuff, his line is usually the longest, or some people really like Glenn. I like Glenn too.
I like Glenn, but I'm surprised that it's not a Daryl or a Rick.
I think it's the female
that's
audience and the love story. I think that's what it
but yeah,
stems
maybe.
from.
I want to track people with Daryl. That's what I'd stay in line for.
You'd want to track. You'd go up to
Track
Daryl and be
people.
like, "Let's
Yeah,
track
I said
people." Come on, let's go
Hunt humans.
Norman Reedus would be like, "Please leave."
No, he wouldn't.
What'd you say? Did you hear the rumor I'm gay?
My character.
Yeah,
not
we're
Norman
watching.
Reedus,
We're watching the
character.
episode, and Dexter halfway through it goes, "Hey, you hear the rumor that Daryl's gay? Did you read that?"
There was a rumor about it. There was a theory
I believe
about
you.
that.
I
Yeah.
believe you.
way.
So anyway,
I just don't see the evidence for it.
I know exactly.
Look, just
Yeah.
find it online. There's a.
I'm gonna get like
Everything's on.
I'm gonna get Rick and Daryl fan
It's gonna
fiction.
be like Daryl gay evidence.
Rick
Google
walked into
video.
Rick walked into the prison cell as Daryl was lifting his pants. He caught a glimpse of his buttocks, firm and glistening. That's what I'm going to be reading.
Suddenly he was overcome with desire.
gonna
Written by
type
some
it and then
14-year-old
search it.
pervert.
Well, anyway.
Right.
So
Crazy guy.
they escape, and then they're like,
They see the big crates.
yeah, and Glenn's like, we're gonna rescue these people, right? Because we're not like these. This is who we are. We're
Right.
good guys. So then they open this crate up, and of course, there's a guy who's been like eating his own
Completely
shit for a
insane.
week. And
With this crazy
comes out-
beard, he looks like my Skyrim character.
he like attacks them with his heinous breath, and
You're one of me.
I'm just like you. And then he is immediately attacked by a
Exposed.
zombie.
yeah.
Nature
He was
sorted that
hilarious,
guy
though.
out.
I like
That was
guy.
really funny. And then Glenn was like, "All right, we can move on now.
Yeah.
Let's just go."
I was wrong.
Yeah.
So they're
And
fighting.
Glenn's the one who puts that guy out of his misery too.
They're fighting their way back to the other survivors. And what was the guy's name with the mullet who's into video games?
Eugene.
Eugene. He's there saying his weird stuff.
Oh, well, they're saying like, so what's secure? You got to tell us.
Yeah, so big reveal. I don't know how big this is because part of me that's going. Eugene is just making this all up
Yeah.
as he goes along.
Well,
I think he's living in this fantasy world.
Yeah. Well, I've while we were on our hiatus there,
Which by the way,
I read all the comics.
You read all the comics, and also
Yeah.
you got married,
I did get married.
which is pretty big.
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it was to my dog, so it doesn't really count, right?
Yeah.
You know, I have like for me, it's interesting to watch this series now.
Does it
trying to
follow the
anticipate
comics?
things. It does and it doesn't. It does and it doesn't.
Okay.
Like there's things like this. There is a thing where, like after the governor, there is like a cannibal, for several issues.
Okay.
But it doesn't last very long in the comics, and like it gets like completely resolved. But in the show, here, it seems like it's open-ended because that guy... So anyway, like this leader of this Terminus thing, Rick, is when they're escaping, Rick is shooting at him, and you can see that he takes a hit, but, he's not dead, because he kind of, like, stumbles away. And you know that you have a sense that these people are going to make a return, these survivors.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a run-in with them again in the future. In the comics, it's more cut and dry than that. But, there's a lot of similarities, and there's a lot of differences. Like, there's a lot of characters in the show that are not in the comics. Things going just like a different direction. I don't want to get into the whole difference thing.
Well, no, you know what? I'm going to read it.
You should read it because it's really interesting.
I'm going to read it, and then I want to watch the other seasons because, as anyone who listens to us knows, I've only watched from season 4, which was an excellent season.
I'll say this: Andrea is a major character in the comics. You don't even know who she is because she was already gone in the show.
Oh, okay.
In the comics, she's not gone.
Isn't it true? Like the first run of those comics are like very rare. Like they go for very high prices because it was very limited publication.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. No, I think like issue 132 was the most recent one. What sucks was it was good because I kept. Because I was reading them because they go so fast because they're comics. So I kept buying them in like volumes and then reading them on like the Kindle or the iPad or whatever. And now I have to wait like it's only one a month and it takes like 2 minutes to read.
That's the thing. That's why
they're so fast.
That's why I put off watching so many shows because I know when I started watching Breaking Bad, I got the whole thing. It's all laid out. I don't have to wait.
Yeah. But it's interesting now watching it actually made me enjoy this season premiere a lot more than I think I would have if I didn't read the comics, just because I know some things, but they do a lot with the show that's different, and it's kind of exciting. There's some stuff too, like I want to see like the stuff that they're going to introduce and how they might do that. And
is Eugene in the comic?
Oh yeah,
okay.
and Eugene and the
do you know more about Eugene in the comic?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, you have no idea where this thing goes.
Okay.
You have no idea.
Are there dragons?
Surprise. Dragons. You guys were dead on about the Game of Thrones crossover.
Yeah.
No, so Eugene and the girl. Remember the pigtails, the army girl.
Yeah.
Those actors look to me exactly like the comic book characters. It's hilarious. Like they look so close to them. It's awesome. And also, the guy who plays Abraham is really good. Abraham's one of like my favorite characters in the comics.
Does he look similar?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, they do a great job. With,
what about Tyrese?
Yeah, it looks similar.
All right.
Herschel didn't look similar at all.
Hey, Herschel's dead.
Yeah.
Life is for the living, man. Moving on. My favorite scene.
Moving on. Walking Dead.
Tyrese, this guy in the cabin.
Yeah.
Basically, the guy. They both get distracted because zombies are now surrounding the cabin.
Right.
And the guy who's been tied up, who's a Detroit guy, jumps towards Judith, the baby, puts his hands around her head, and says, "Get the hell out of here." Tells Tyrese
one
to leave.
twist, man. And
One
I'll do
twist.
It. Why
Tyrese,
wasn't that guy's legs tied up?
I don't know. Or broken or eaten off.
So Tyrese goes out.
Yeah.
They don't show what Tyrese does, but I'm assuming he's doing
Tyrese.
He's doing Tyrese all over everyone.
Yeah, there's just like silence outside.
I'm assuming he's doing backflips and like flipping around and like two zombies. He's punching tying their intestines around their neck and like swinging them.
He's punching through the zombies' chests.
Oh man, but he barrels
See that?
through.
Whatever that.
Yeah,
he did that.
He staked him.
Mm-hmm.
He carved that stake. There was like a stake sticking out of the ground. Tyrese broke off a piece of wood, carved it into a
he
stake,
sticks it
stuck
in his
it
mouth,
the ground,
gnaws it into a spike
like a beaver,
Tyrese,
like a zombie murdering beaver.
He just blasts through the door and pounces like a.
He sounded like a bull charging. Like there was a part where I was like, did they actually put in the sound of a bull like snorting?
He was like running
because he was like. And then when he like picks him up and like because Tyrese charges through the door, picks this guy up and like body slams him down, and then he's like grunting and stuff. But it sounded like a fucking bull. He just blasted through there. It was so like it was like beast mode. He transformed, and then he takes the knife and he's holding against the guy's throat, and he's like, "This is how it is." And then Tyrese hasn't been.
This is how it is.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
This is how it is. That's a knife.
He says something along those lines.
Like a stupid cat.
I'm quoting exactly. This is how it is. I pooped my pants. That's
and
how
then
it
punches
smells.
the guy, I assume, to death.
Yeah, he punched him to death because he's screaming, I won't, while he punches him.
Right.
Because he's saying, I won't kill you. But he kills him with his bare hands.
Well, this is how it is.
That's how it is. This is how it is.
All right, now here's the part. What did I think Rick said? I forgot already.
Oh, so
they get to the first of all before they get there. There's like a horde of zombies and the other Terminus people are like shooting. Rick sneaks up behind one guy with a machine gun,
right?
Stabs him in the throat. Takes the machine gun, takes out like
quadra
kill.
Guys. It was awesome.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Mows
then
him
after
down.
that,
Because the guy's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to double back."
Yeah.
Glenn or Bob or somebody said it, and then Rick does
back.
this like super.
Let me Rick
awesome,
this situation.
like military move.
Yeah.
Mows everybody down. And he goes back and he goes, "We don't have to double back now." That was badass.
Yeah, Rick doesn't want any of these Terminus people to be alive
Good,
anymore.
he shouldn't.
So they get to where the others are hidden.
Eugene tells
where
his
the others
master.
are captured.
Oh yeah, Eugene was telling them like he has he's privy to knowledge because he says that he worked in like this genome thing where
fight fire with fire.
Fire with fire, yeah. So
viruses to fight other viruses.
terrible diseases on terrible disease, like war
right.
pathogenic diseases.
So it sounds like he's going to try to make
flip the script.
He's going to try to make a germ that kills all the zombies, basically.
He's gonna flip the script on him. He admits that it sounds badass, but then Rick shows up.
Hold on, I want to hear what he says.
Throws the door open, and then he says something we couldn't make out at first.
Fight to the finish.
He goes, Rick screams, fight to the fence, but Boss didn't hear it, and he goes, did he say fight to the finish?
Yeah, I know. I thought that was the worst line.
Fight to the finish.
It was like something out of like Rocky IV.
Or Dudley Do-Right. It was horrible.
Fight to the finish, America!
We thought he would enter some patriotic, like,
Yeah.
oh, say, can you say?
He's got a gigantic American flag that he's running through the camp waving.
Spearing zombies, pole vaulting over Terminus.
God bless America!
Fight to the finish.
Fight to the finish! Never give up! Never surrender! That's Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. To infinity and beyond. So they all fight their way out. Michonne has a double-bladed
She's got the Darth Maul weapon.
Glenn slices some guy. Zombie gets his head cut in half with an axe.
Oh, what was Carl doing during this?
Shooting?
They don't show him. I don't know what he had.
Shooting. Wearing a hat with long
He was
hair.
getting saved by Michonne. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
She knifed or stabbed a zombie next to him.
So anyway, they get out of there. They hop the fence. They make it back to that little stash that Rick had, that little wussy leader guy was looking for, by the slop sink. And then Carol shows up, and it's a nice little reunion for her and Daryl. And then they're like,
Baby
"Wow,
gay.
Carol did this," and she's like, "Come with me. I got your baby." And then they find the baby. And then
Carl holds the baby awkwardly as the baby
well, then when
turns
they're
into a
leaving,
fake baby.
No, well, that's later. Then, like at the end of the episode, they're like walking down the tracks. Carl has the fakest baby in his arms. It was just like this weird doll. It was like strangely, it looked like a Stretch Armstrong with shoes on it. It was bizarro.
Rick and Tyrese do that, in every movie when two guys who don't want to hug, hand on the shoulder,
Right,
look
yeah.
each other dead in the eye.
Or it's that Roman handshake
Right,
moment where they grab forearms, or like in Predator when Arnold meets what's his name from Apollo from Rocky.
Right,
you son of a bitch, and the close up on biceps clenching as they
Glistening biceps. dripping.
Yeah, that is the most ridiculous.
That's one of my favorite movie moments of all time.
No, that is hilarious.
Carl Weathers. I couldn't think of the name. Oh my god.
We could have watched
shit.
it.
Oh.
It is so funny.
I love that.
And he's smoking a cigar and acting so horribly. It's so great.
So Rick, he says he wants to go back and kill them all, but I guess that's not the plan anymore. They're just going to move on.
Unfortunately.
Well, he's got the baby now.
Right.
And then also he says, I think he just says it because he's like, oh, let me just say this so I sound like the real reason I don't want to go back is because I'm not a pussy dad because I got my baby back. It's because I don't know if the forest is going to burn, so let's get away.
Yeah.
But you can tell, like, that changes him, and that changes his mind.
Right. Yeah. Last thing you see Rick do is he goes to the sign, blots it out. It says no
with
sanctuary.
His own shit, it looked like.
Titles the episode.
Boom.
Period.
Then credits. Then
then.
Oh, then. That's right. Then. And we already referenced that. When,
we already talked about then.
But then, after then credits. Then there's a mysterious figure that's tracking Rick's trail
with an awesome mask and cool backpack.
Yeah, see, I thought it was going to be like a stranger. Like I was like, they introducing somebody new, and we don't know
like
who this is.
He looks like an army ranger in like.
But then he immediately. I don't know why he was wearing that.
He looked awesome.
He did, but that's what I thought it was going to be like. They weren't going to reveal it right away, like it was a big secret. Mm-hmm. But then it turns out Morgan is basically following Rick.
Yeah, Oxnard doesn't know who Morgan is.
No.
Oh yeah,
doesn't he suck?
But I thought so. All right, so Oxnard.
I explained myself
in the beginning of the series. You idiot. Rick wakes up out of this coma in the hospital, and he discovers that the world has had this zombie apocalypse. So he basically makes his way back to his
police
house.
station.
No, first the house. Oh. And he's you didn't watch it either, apparently.
Nah.
So he goes back to his neighborhood, to his house,
yeah,
and he's attacked by this like little kid, basically. But then it's this kid and his dad, who's that guy Morgan that you saw at the end.
Okay.
And then he explains, he like kind of nurses him back to health a little bit, explains what's going on. They become friends.
Yeah.
And then Rick says they go to the police station, get supplies. Yeah. Rick's like, I'm going to Atlanta because I think my family, my wife and son would have gone there. So, like, her parents' house, and, like, they said, like, the cities would be safe because of the military and all this stuff. So he's like, keep this walkie-talkie, take some of these supplies, keep this walkie-talkie, I'll try and, stay in touch with you. I'll, like, reach out every day at, like, dawn if I can.
Right.
And then they really never get back in touch. And then later on, I thought it was last season, and you might have seen this but forgot.
I think it was 2 seasons ago.
Oh.
No, we did. I've seen that guy from last season.
All right, so then what happens is
the intro of one episode. Like,
in like an entire episode you see him again.
he was in a whole episode.
Because what happens is Rick...
They need supplies, so they go to this town where this...
It was last season, because they were on their way to Terminus, I think.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, it wasn't last season.
Oh, all right.
I wouldn't remember
They need supplies. They're at their prison place, and they need supplies, so they go to this town, and there's this crazy guy who has these traps set up and all these... He has tons of ammunition.
He's just like holed up in this 4-story building,
and he's been like gathering all the weapons in his crazy town. And basically, that's Morgan. He found out
it's Morgan. His son has died at this point, and like he went nuts, and he hardly like remembers Rick, but then he does remember him, but he's still like so unbalanced that he's dangerous. So then they like end up parting ways.
Yeah, and they take the.
But then that's when you see then after the then you see Morgan.
Rather
again.
than.
Well, what were those symbols on the trees? Like the X-Men symbols?
I don't know what those
and who was
symbols
carving
were.
those? I didn't understand
I had no
that.
idea.
Charles
I missed
Xavier?
something.
Yeah, I guess Charles Xavier.
Wheels himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it was like Days of Future Past. It was like before he was in the wheelchair.
Maybe Wolverine carved it with his claws.
Oh yeah. That was they were too like thin.
That's true.
His adamantium claws would have like cut that tree in half.
That is true.
Wow, this is getting nerdy.
Shut your mouth.
So Morgan, he only knows Rick. He doesn't know anyone else.
Basically, yeah. He only knows Rick.
Like he doesn't have it out for anyone else.
No,
I don't even know.
So
he's not even on like a vendetta. I don't think.
No, he's just
I think he's just trying to find Rick.
Yeah,
it seems like
he's coping.
Because Rick, I'm pretty sure didn't Rick. I don't know. See, that's what I mean. I can't remember what season that was.
They left in okay sort of ways. Like they kind of what happened was Rick got the drop on him in this crazy town, and they. I think what happened is Rick tied him up, and then Morgan and him got in a fight, and then eventually Rick like overtook him, but he didn't kill him, and
because he was trying to get through to him.
Right. He was trying to knock some sense into.
So any Morgan predictions?
No, I don't think Morgan's bad.
I think Morgan will like kind of save the day.
Yeah, that's my prediction too. Yeah.
I'm thinking he's going to take over Terminus.
Oh, maybe he'll start eating people.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, let's wait. Hold on. Let's watch it again and see if we see anything new.
He
pulls
must
that
be.
off. He has heat rash.
He
all
must
over
be.
his face.
Yeah, I know. He must be really hot. Isn't he like they're in Atlanta, in Georgia or something? Like
He doesn't look crazy.
But it was
He's wearing
winter
a
there
lot
the
of
one
clothes.
time. Yeah, it might be.
like he doesn't look crazy. Like if they had him showing up and he has like chicken heads tied around his neck or something. Like then I would have been like, what the fuck?
He's got like crazy, like self-done tattoos.
No, he has like a
and
necklace of ears or something.
And
like,
when he walks around, he bobs his head like a chicken.
flaps his arms. He thinks he's from the planet Crankor.
All right, so that was the episode.
Yeah.
It's our discussion of it.
Season premiere, babe.
I guess to the audience, we'd like to ask you. Last season, we started doing intros based off '90s cartoons. We don't know how our
Was
intros...
it all 90s and 80s? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
just
Animaniacs,
give us your
Inspector
suggestions
Gadget.
for whatever you'd like the next intro to be.
Apparently,
Now,
there's a
that
limited
doesn't mean
amount of
suggest a 90s cartoon.
cartoons.
No, it could be any television show or cartoon from whatever
Sitcom,
decade. Yeah.
Korean.
We did a
soap
game.
opera.
We did a bunch
Game
of shows. We
song.
didn't just do cartoons. Because didn't we do Family Matters?
Yeah, we did like 90s
guess,
sitcoms and
yeah.
cartoons. So you
Full
know what?
House.
Anime intros.
It doesn't
we'll
have.
figure
Oh,
it out.
yeah.
Think of something random. Doesn't have to be
Rando.
a TV show.
Give us a rando.
It could be like 50s shows. Like
Throw us for a
Honeymooners.
loop.
I Love Lucy.
Shooting the shits.
Starring Oxnard and Boss.
Do 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 do.
There you go.
Or Dick Van Dyke. Or...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there you go. What's that show?
that's
Andy Williams?
Dick.
Andy
Andy
Dick. Andy Dick. Yeah.
Oh, boy,
Andy
it's my
Griffith,
show.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my show where I'm a sheriff in a small town. That's my Andy Dick impersonation.
God,
I don't
That's
know.
excellent.
Most
That might
annoying
be-
voice ever.
So yeah, leave us your suggestions.
Oh,
Suggest things.
by the way,
Yes.
when I watched this show live, when I was watching on TV, there was a
You pooped yourself.
a couple times. There was a commercial for the next Dumb and Dumber movie.
How did that look?
Bad.
Really?
Shocking.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that the movie won't be funny. I usually find with a lot of movies like that the commercials are horrible and then the movie is better than the commercial predicted. Or it's the opposite. It's that if the trailer's amazing, then the movie sucks. Like Four Feathers.
Right.
Four Feathers Syndrome. I remember that movie.
Oh man. Well,
Anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you guys about the Dumb and Dumber I think it's called.
no, Dumb and Dumber 2. Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
was-
two.
Dumb and Dumber
Dumb and
was
Dumber
the shitty
yeah,
one.
the prequel. When Harry Met Lloyd.
Oh my god.
I never saw that one.
I'm getting angry just talking about this.
No, it's Dumb and Dumber 2, and they didn't spell 2 right. They just did T-O instead of T-O-O.
Oh,
Improper
genius.
grammar. That's how they get
I mean,
you.
instead of TW.
No, they did... Oh, I assumed it meant I'm
an
the
idiot.
dummy. I'm the dummy. No, I meant like, yeah. Shut up!
And they spelled two, T-W-O. How dumb is that?
So stupid. Instead of just putting the number 2. They spell 2 with number 2.
I thought it was because I was
W-O.
thinking like, oh, Harry and Lloyd 2, like Harry and Lloyd as well, the sequel.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
We're back.
So leave. What do we used to do? Oh, zombie survival tips.
Oh yeah,
Discuss-
Yeah.
Basically, just throw out stuff that
Yeah.
we can then read, and then we'll talk about
yeah.
it.
And
How
we'll see
about-
if a strong mom would handle
How about
it.
this?
Strong
If
moms.
you
Give
were
us a situation that I can try and see how I would handle it as a strong mom.
Yeah.
Give me a scenario.
yeah.
Yeah. What are we saying?
Motive.
Just
Who's
so
saying what?
Motive.
do motive a few times.
Motive.
Motive. Motive. Motive. Motive. Motive. I feel like I can't enunciate anymore.
Because you're doing it too wispy.
Motive.
Hold on, I hiccuped during that one.
Motive.
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 Should make it like a fat
And then the
New
last
York.
one is you have to say motive for men.
Motive. 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 I can't. I'm too breathy. You're right.
You're too
I'm
bright,
doing
yeah.
an F. Motive.
Motive.
This is not hard.
It's also like I'm staring at your face.
I can't speak motive.
Just say motive for men.
Motive for men.
God, that was creepy.
Good.
Because you're like, motive for men. You're trying to be so sexy, it looked like. It was disturbing to me.
Motive for men.
Do it again. I like that. Just don't look at
No, I gotta do the body. Oh, man.
Motive. Motive.
For men.
Motive.
Come on.
Hold on, doing the motive part first.
I'm trying not to laugh. Instead, I keep like farting.
It's going nuts the other way.
All the pressure. I have the hiccups and I can't stop farting.
Oh god! All right, here.
Motive.
Sounds like a dying old man.
I had a frog in my throat.
It's like with your dying breath, you say
Motive for men.
It's gotta be
Motive
right.
for men.
Shut up.
Motive for men. Motive for men.
One of those would be good.
Oh God.
It's like you're fucking orgasming while you say it. Oh,
He's taking his pants off.
Pants.
All
Pants
right.
come whooshing off. He turned himself on too much.
The last one, if you add stuff, it might be really good.
Okay.
Because I was
Well,
like,
we need to now
quivering.
say like. I don't believe they are. Now say just random stuff.
Are the heavens really?
The walls lie.
Does he follow me?
Hold on.
You have to enter this other realm. You become like another person.
Your body.
Does he follow me? It's very disturbing.
I know, she. Oh my god.
Say it! You can't say it!
I gotta do the weird thing.
Does he follow me?
Sound like a fucking dumb slut.
I know.
I drank the stars. Go, just go. Say something.
I don't know what to say.
Lying in wait.
The ice is hot.
Disappear into the dark.
Okay.
I wanted to say darkness, I couldn't get it out.
Become world.
Disappear into the darkness.
Trim your lies.
I like that one. It's gotta be almost related to movies, but not.
It has to sound like it would be artsy. It's hard.
Stencil your heart. There you go.
Slay the Easter Bunny.
Light the fuse.
You know what? That's gonna be fine.
Fart.
That's it. I'm putting that one in.
Pass the gas.
Shit the donkey.
Yearning is now.
Yearning for urine.
Yearning is now.
All right, there you go. I might put that whole thing in just as a blooper at the very end.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Go
So,
ahead.
so you say the motive. So we'll say the motive. Well, you already did the motive for men, and then it was like, "Where's your motive?"
That's good.
In stores now.
Say it's a fragrance.
Where's your motive?
Fragrance for males.
Motive, a fragrance for human males.
Males.
In stores now.
A fragrance motive, a fragrance for males. In stores now.
Say in stores now again.
In stores.
Say it again.
In stores now.
Breathier.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me get my. In stores now.
And then keep the laughing. It's good too.
Yeah.